Mikel Merino scored twice at the weekend against Leicester and won Arsenal a massive 3 points. Is he the answer? They have got some crucial games coming up later this month and going into March with no Martinelli, no Havertz, no Jesus, and no Bukayo Saka. A lot of the creativity come from Odegaard and, of course, Ethan Nwaneri. But is Merino the guy that they can depend on, that they can rely on in these big moments? I actually think he took his goals really, really well. And he took his goals like a striker that's been playing in that role for many, many years. The second goal was a fantastic finish and it was a good header. But what is it about Mikel Merino's game that Arsenal can rely on him? Well, I look across, it either would be him or Declan Rice. And I just think Merino has got more in his game, more of a goal threat. In Declan Rice's role in that team, I think he's the only one that's really got the legs to get up and down and can tackle it well on a consistent basis. But yet again, rivals on the social have lost their mind. It's a lucky, it's a fluke. Arsenal didn't deserve the win. Wait until they come up against a good side. They're going to get found out. And yes, that may be right. But why can't Arsenal fans enjoy their win? That Mikel Merino performance in the last 10 minutes has given Arsenal fans just a little bit of hope, because Liverpool, although they won, they didn't dominate and batter Wolves for 90 minutes like we all thought they would. They had a really good first half and they dropped off in the second half. They have got 2 or 3 massive games coming up. And while I still think this league is still in Liverpool's hands and they are by far clear favourites, if Arsenal can just survive, that is the most important thing. They can survive in this title race, it may not be over. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are steamrolling our way towards 50,000 subscribers. We're about 350 away from 45k. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Now, I know this is a video about Arsenal's team and Mikel Merino. I actually want to start with Liverpool's next 3 fixtures because they are very, very tough. And if they play like they did in that second half against Wolves, Manchester City, Aston Villa and Newcastle will take their chances. They've all got clinical players: Watkins, Haaland, Isak, Ramsey, Gordon, Marmoush. As well as, I didn't even mean Ramsey. I meant, Rodgers, sorry. You look at these next 3 games. If Liverpool win all 3, Liverpool win the league. I look at their remaining fixtures and I just think they'll beat Fulham, they'll beat West Ham, they'll definitely beat us, they'll beat Leicester. Chelsea, Arsenal and Brighton are away are tough, but these are the 3. Aston Villa, under the lights, at Villa Park, Manchester City away, where I don't remember the last time they beat Manchester City at the Etihad, and of course, Newcastle as well. They've got, if you look at their fixtures, they've actually, so that was played yesterday on the 16th. So that's 3 fixtures in 10 days, 4 fixtures in 10 days. And Aston Villa have not got it easy either. They've got the same problem as obviously Liverpool and Newcastle play that cup final. If they win these next 3 games, I think Liverpool will win the Premier League. But that second half against Wolves has given a lot of Arsenal fans hope, and I just don't understand why rivals are so rattled that Mikel Merino scored 2 goals. It's like, I feel like Arsenal get judged differently to everyone else. The refereeing decisions, Saliba's penalty that was against Brighton was the first we've ever seen. Declan Rice gets sent off against Brighton for kicking the ball away. Yeah, it's happened hundreds of times in the Premier League. But when it's Arsenal, for some reason, it just gets the referees pay attention. On other times where we have seen similar instances, it's not really affect the outcome of a game that much. Now, don't get me wrong, Arsenal have got it really tough as well. Their games, I would argue, are even harder than Liverpool. But for Arsenal, it's just about survival. They will go up to Manchester and beat United because that United team are terrible. Chelsea, I think they will beat. Fulham, I think they will beat. It's Nottingham Forest and West Ham. If we look at these next, by the Brentford game, they should have Saka and Martinelli back. Is it enough? I don't necessarily know. They have got to, everyone's got to step up now. Martin Odegaard, You have to step up. As the captain, they are depending on you as well. Not just Merino, not just Wanyeri. Yes, they won, and it was against relegation for the Leicester, but there's still belief there that they can do something. If Liverpool drop points against Aston Villa and Arsenal beat West Ham, the gap goes from 7 down to 5. Going into that game against Manchester City at the Etihad, if City beat Liverpool and then Arsenal beat Forest on the Wednesday, the gap would go from 5 to 2 points going into that Manchester United game. Now, I'm not saying Arsenal are going to win the league. I'm not saying Liverpool are going to win the league. But these next Liverpool 3 fixtures could either change everything and Liverpool could run away with it and win the league by 10, maybe 12 points, or the door is open. Do Arsenal have enough left in the tank in terms of their firepower to go and do it? I don't know. I don't think they will win the league, just my opinion. But I don't get why rival fans are so angry and agitated that Arsenal beat Leicester. Like, Arsenal are now 15 Premier League games without a defeat. Their last Premier League defeat, to my knowledge, was against, was it Bournemouth? Sorry, was it Newcastle? I think it was Newcastle, yeah. Newcastle, which was on the 2nd of November. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 15 games unbeaten. Like, Liverpool fans, they're all saying they shouldn't be worried. They're all saying they're going to win this league with ease. Well, let's wait and see. In terms of Liverpool, I think we saw something at the weekend, which I don't know if that's down to fatigue. You know, McAllister didn't have the best of games. Gravenberch didn't have the best of games. However, the best teams do what the best teams do, and that is not play well and still win football matches. The Liverpool team that they played was more than capable of going out there and scoring 3 or 4 goals against that Wolves side. But Wolves come away from Anfield with more possession, more shots on target, better passing accuracy. You know, and it was the big boys that did it again. Salah scored that penalty and Diaz scored, stumbled it over the line. But that Liverpool team looked in the second half, if Wolves had a, better forward up front, if they weren't playing, Gonzalo Guedes, if Cunha had a couple more chances, and if that game played on for maybe 5 or 6 minutes longer, I think Wolves could have got back in. That Cunha goal, by the way, was incredible. Nori played well. Cunha played really well. That is it. Aguado had a decent performance as well. But the title race for me, these next 3 games, if Arsenal can come away and just keep surviving, keep scraping wins, and when they get Saka and Martinelli back next month or the month afterwards, we may be sitting here in a completely different position saying, well, it's going to go down to the wire. Or we could be sitting here and say, the title race is over. It's done. It's finished. I have actually got a video coming out from Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher's comments on the title race. That'll be out later today because Gary Neville's comments on Arsenal are very interesting. And I think we need to kind of break them down. But in terms of Arsenal's games, Forest is not going to be easy. They're really, really good at home. I think they'll beat Chelsea, Man United and Fulham. Everton away is going to be really tough. Moyes, got them firing on all cylinders. West Ham do have Arsenal's number in recent years. They did beat Arsenal there last year. They did them in the Cup. Yes, I know Arsenal got a very good record against West Ham away, but at the Emirates, occasionally they pop up with a couple of good results. But for them, the most important thing now is the results. Liverpool, I think, need a bit of a bounce back in performance against Aston Villa, against the second half against Wolves. They just weren't at the races. Cody Gakpo apparently is going to be out of the Wolves game. Out of the Villa game as well. So I think he may have to play the same 11 that played against Wolves will play against Villa, and then it will probably play against Manchester City as well. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Arsenal are still in the title race to go to the very, very end? Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I am out.